everyone, and welcome to It's Kind of Funny podcast. I just wanted to take this time to tell you what show is coming up. It's another rerun, but I enjoy them because they make me laugh because Sergio and I just talk about all kinds of weird shit and just bounce stuff off of each other. So this is going to be from May 17th of 2011, and we had a good old time. And of course, like always, like before, it has the original theme song opening on it, but I added the outro, same outro that we have now. So please enjoy. Thank you.
He's in his 50s, close to his 60s, right? Those balls hang lower.
They don't hang to his fucking ankles as he steps over my face. Like, his dick's in my mouth. Now, am I afraid I'm going to crush him or suck him? I'm thinking if I blew a guy, would he be bald or not bald? Hello, and welcome to It's Kind of Funny Story. I'm Philip.
And I'm Sergio.
Well, today we're talking about all kinds of different stuff, but I wanted to start with some emails that I got.
Emails,
I
yeah.
know.
I can't believe people are actually emailing us now. I feel kind of like we're professionals now.
I wish it was more of some of them are our friends. We did get one new one, but oh yeah.
Don't
yeah,
tell the audience about the curtain.
Yeah, let them behind the curtain.
Know?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yes, they're all fantastic.
They're all fans,
but
people that we've never met before that just
it.
think we're fantastic,
love us,
and hilarious,
but
and skinny and handsome. Sorry.
The one email was, we had an email a couple weeks back about the 3 questions she asked about robots and the Planet of the Apes, ape overlords or robot overlords.
Yes, and you gave me shit about apparently wanting to.
Your thing, we're all sadomasochistic. I don't get it.
Robots.
But the thing now is, she wrote, we talked about Cate Blanchett on Lord of the Rings. And
Cate Blanchett, yes.
And I said, I had no idea she was in Lord of the Rings. And you said, you're an idiot. And
yes.
I guess I am an idiot because...
Although I do say that a lot about you, so... I mean,
well, a lot of people say that. You and my girlfriend. And so she says, Cate Blanchett in Lord of the Rings, really? You didn't notice? Does the narration, too. So I guess I'm totally lost because she did everything.
You need to take a weekend and go back and watch all 9 hours of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, exactly. I'm gonna get those extended cuts coming out on Blu-ray. So
Jesus, that's like a week long.
That's like 12 hours of footage. But and then we have a question that I'll read later towards the end of the show, and we'll think about it. But another one was, if I can get back out of here, hang on. Okay. This one is from Depressed in Arizona.
Oh.
Dear Philip and Sergio,
Does it make me cry?
No, not yet. Okay. No, it'll make you kind of chuckle, but feel bad about ourselves. I have been listening, Dear Philip and Sergio, I've been listening to your show for a long time, and I think you guys are the only ones who can help me. I have been very depressed for a very long time, and the only way I feel any enjoyment is when I listen to your show. For some reason, when I listen to the two of you, I just feel better. I thought I was the biggest loser there could be, but when I hear your stories, I realize that there are at least 2 people that are bigger losers than me.
Well, hold on one second. Wait, say this fine.
Okay.
I thought he was going to say at least one other person, because yours are the loser stories as a child.
Really? Okay. You were molested in a bathhouse by some dude and some
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And yeah.
Okay, you're going to make me cry now.
But okay.
You said I wouldn't cry?
I only wish your show was on more than once a week. My depression would be cured. How about this? Give me your telephone numbers, and I can call you when I get up in the morning. You can tell me one of your stories, and I feel better about myself. If you have any friends like the 2 of you, let me know. Well, signed, Depressed in Arizona.
Well, Depressed in Arizona, I got to say, first off, my dick's bigger than yours, you asshole.
You know, well, and mine too. That's right. Yeah.
Well, that's I guess, kind of a compliment because
the point of our
Depressed in Arizona had the time between his cutting himself and masturbating to email us.
That's right. Yeah, he's doing something, emoting over some Enya or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing was that's the whole reason why we watch Jersey Shore and you watch any of these reality shows is because it makes you feel better about yourself to watch the fucking situation.
I don't watch
around.
Jersey Shore, thank you.
What? Oh, I gotta cross out this topic. That was my next topic.
I don't watch. I have seen it, and I will.
I figured you and your daughter would bond over it.
I let her watch it sometimes, and I just grin and bear it while she's watching it, because inevitably she'll ask me, "What do you think, Dad?" And I'll say, "Do you really want me to tell you what I fucking think?" She'll say, "Yes," and I'll go off on my 10-minute rant of these fucking loser, whores, alcoholic, just a mess of people, man.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back off my soapbox, and she'll say, "Well, I like it." So. Good for her.
Yeah. You're like, so you're never gonna watch it again, right? And she's like, "Dad, new show on right now. I gotta go."
I let her watch it. I get it. It's the thing of the times, you know. Kids and my wife like to watch it.
Well, that's like me. I like to watch Celebrity Rehab. You ever watch that?
I do watch. I haven't been watching it consistently yet.
Oh,
but I do watch
it's a train wreck. It's good because you go, oh, what have they become like? And then now you look at celebrities now and you're going, what if they become, you know, like you look at Kenickie and you go, oh, Kenickie from Greece, he's fucking badass in 1979.
Yeah.
You see him now and you're like,
I understand that concept of, okay, I want to watch somebody at their lowest point. And I think there's two parts of that. One is I want to watch somebody at their lowest point because, like Depressed in Arizona, we want to be made to feel better about ourselves. We're superior because we aren't addicted to drugs or alcohol or whatever.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that we're also in a little bit of backward mind thinking, okay, they're going to get better. They're going to have this dramatic breakthrough, and me as a viewer is going to watch this dramatic breakthrough. It's going to be inspiring, and you know, it's going to make me feel better about myself watching this.
Well, in a way, I agree, but in a way, I don't. Because I don't watch NASCAR for the races. I watch them for the wrecks. And that's why you watch reality TV, is for the wrecks.
First of all, I didn't know you watch NASCAR.
I don't.
You don't have any teeth. You got your head shaved, and you watch fucking NASCAR.
I got some wooden teeth.
I cannot hang out with you anymore, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't watch NASCAR.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was I was just saying that if I were to watch NASCAR, I'm not going to watch it I don't watch it. That's what I watch it for. I watch for a wheel to fly into the stands. You want that. You don't want to go, hey, that was a great race. That car ran perfect. No, you want to see somebody get turning again. But so.
But I don't get. Oh, back to the subject. Okay, I don't get the Jersey Shore reality type shows. I don't get the New York Housewife reality type shows. These are just emphasizing people's shitty personalities.
Yeah, shallow.
And just making them seem like they're special because they have a shitty personality.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, and I refuse to fucking get sucked into that.
You put Corky from Life Goes On against the Jersey Shore, and he's got a way better personality, and he was a fucking mongoloid. So
retard straight, man. You know, I'd be afraid of him.
That's right.
He'd rip me apart like a piece of paper,
like a chimp, like a monkey.
Yeah, he'd rip my nuts off and gouge out my eyes.
10% stronger than the situation.
Well, I don't know. Situation is pretty retarded, so.
That's true. But okay, I guess you wanted to talk about Flo Rida.
Yeah.
I liked his song "Low." It was in Tropic Thunder, and Tom Cruise is all dancing to it.
How white are you, dude?
You said Flo Rida.
Yeah, but
you wrote me a text.
Paused as you're reading it. I like your flow. He did the song. Low.
I had to read it out on my script. Don't let people behind the curtain. You just told me that.
One, you could have memorized that. Two, you're just so white you couldn't fucking think of a song or a guy named Flo Rida.
First of all, I prided myself on that joke. And second of all, I had it. I said, I'll say it, boom, 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 and then I read it, and I want to say Florida. And I go, no, I'm saying Flo Rida. And then I go, is it Low Rider? And I go, no, it's Flo Rida. Singing low, not fucking. Who sings Flo Rida?
War?
No.
Earth, Wind and Fire?
No, wrong.
War?
And war. Yes, war.
Okay.
I think. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just got demoted from Mexican to Guatemalan after not knowing that.
Oh my goodness.
So Florida trip.
Florida.
I was.
Oh wait, here comes my joke. Wait, not a Flo Rida trip?
Flo Rida trip. Yes, I was
okay.
with some black man.
Oh, another gay story.
I was one of the young, I was one of the lucky few that got to go to the supposed NASA shuttle launch. But you know what I mean? I was really happy to go, man. But I'm just not a traveler.
It's war. That's thing already.
Thanks for paying attention to the show, Philip. I'll just talk over here by myself in the corner.
What are you talking? I really wanted to find that out because I didn't see Earth, Wind, and Fire on there at all.
Well, of course, it's your iPod. You got Earth, Wind, and Fire and St. Elmo's Fire.
That's right.
So anyway, so I was really happy to be able to go to Florida. I thought that was really cool. I don't usually get to go to the out of the state trips. I've been, around the state, Flagstaff, Tucson, all these places around here, and done my my job, my shooting.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, well, you're going to Florida. I was like, hey, that's freaking awesome.
Mexican assassin? Oh, not that kind of shooting? That'd be awesome.
But I'm not a flyer. I'm not used to flying. I don't travel a lot. When we do travel, we go to the West Coast and we drive.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's only 6 hours away. But suppose first thing I'm noticing is, fuck, man, it takes forever to get through security. And I'm not going to do a joke on security because, the lines, because it's been done so many times.
Right.
There are just a few things that I thought were odd. One, they have a sign after checking you and doing everything saying, thank you for participating. It's almost like thanking you for being raped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me thumb your asshole.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Is it Summit? It's interesting. My girlfriend does that, but
well, I'm brown, so I get nervous about everything. So I'm sure I look like a fucking like a chihuahua surrounded by fucking pit bulls. But yeah, the other thing was that I'm brown and I'm carrying a bag full of cables and wires plugged into all kinds of little things. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that no matter what, this one bag that we have our editing system in gets checked every time. The other photographers that I was with was like, every single time you go through an airport, this bag gets taken out and searched. Every single piece is taken out of it. It just happens.
Yeah.
This one thing, apparently it looks like a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
So I mean, me being brown, it doesn't instill a lot of confidence or
Yeah.
walking through all that. So and then so after all this, I get onto the plane.
Do they put that stuff through the X-ray machine because it's electronic gear, or because you could have a gun hidden like in a VCR or?
Well, what's funny is that when I walk into
you're like VCR, what are you fucking editing in the 70s?
Yeah, it's reel to reel.
Yeah, I'm like, I know how that is. I know how those.
Well, it's funny when I go into a government building here, I have to take my camera out and turn it on for them. That's really what they want to see. Yeah. There, I had it in the case. They didn't ask me to turn it on. They look at this big camera, and I guess they assume that it's not a gun inside it or a bazooka inside it, But it's my carry-on, so I'm bringing it onto the plane, which I guess, any terrorist that listen to our show.
I was going to say, I'm wondering if, Baghdad is getting our show or any of those. I wonder if it goes out that far, if anybody listening going, we figure out how to break in.
Yeah, you just got to be the media. Media's allowed to do everything. But so we go through...
Brown people helping brown people. Son of a bitch.
We go through the checkpoints and everything, and we get onto the plane, and I'm in an aisle seat. And first of all, I'm a big-shouldered fucking Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best place for me.
Oh,
I was totally fucking getting knocked in my shoulder, the whole trip. The other thing was, I'm a heavy guy,
mm-hmm.
but fat women, fat men for that matter, it doesn't matter,
mm-hmm.
should not fucking be stewardesses.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a certain amount of room between these fucking seats. And even the skinny people, their shoulders are going to be a little bit off the seats usually, unless you're like you, Philip, where you're like 12 inches wide.
I'm smaller than a cushion.
It's fucking annoying. If you're too fat that you have to go sideways down an aisle.
Yeah.
Like somebody's stewardess.
If that's your job.
Yeah. You either need to fucking drop weight or you need to find another job. Go be the one that fucking loads the luggage into the plane. And then it's funny because the heavy set ones, Apparently, I would assume at the beginning of their career of being a stewardess, they're scooting down the aisles. Oh, hey, how you doing? You know, being all nice and shit.
Yeah.
You know, at this point in their career, the older women that I got, they didn't give a shit. They're walking down the aisles, hips knocking every fucking chair. You know, and that's, you know, it just was fucking annoying.
Everybody's drinks flying and the hips go swaying each way.
Yeah,
I enjoy flying no matter what. And I had went to Florida, not the same time.
Well, I gotta say,
but,
you're a small man.
Yeah.
Skinny, petite, short.
Yeah. No,
so you probably sit in it like a fucking elf.
I laugh at your discomfort, but yeah, I'm like a little kid in Santa's lap sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
But no, I just love flying, and some people I know hate it, and I do hate going through security, and it's kind of that movie Up in the Air where he was like, you know, get behind the Japanese guy, they're more efficient. And she was like, that's racist, and he's like, it's a fact. But
you're a middle-aged white man. I'm assuming you get stopped a lot, Hospital. Yeah.
What was funny when I was coming back from Kansas, because it was Superman's birthday, and I was seeing him because he lives on a farm. No, I was coming back from Kansas, and my stepdad was with me, and he's like this biker dude.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where, you know, they say it's a random check, like they pick somebody out, like at some of the airports, one person goes one way, or the other people that they want to really check, they take you through another way, like along this glass window, and they walk you along, and they really check you out. So all of a sudden, we're both through there. He's a biker guy. He's got a leather jacket on. He's got this. He looks like Sam Elliott. You know, and all of a sudden, they tell me to go one way, and they call him in the other way, and they fucking checked him out thoroughly. And
when you say behind a glass wall, and they take you back there, I'm picturing like Austin Powers. You just see the outline of him, and them putting on the glove and the snap onto the wrist, and then the bending them over.
Pretty much. But what I was worried about was before we got on the plane, he was talking about like these people, you know,
we were bringing asshole.
Yeah, we were bringing my mom's ashes back here, and so he was like, they better let me on the plane with her ashes. If they don't, I'll blow up this fucking airport. He's saying that on the way there.
That's good.
And I'm going, hey. I go, me and the guy that was driving us, we're like, look, don't say that shit. We're getting close to the airport. Even in the vicinity of the airport, you don't want to say that and get heard by somebody. And he goes, I'm just saying that I'll fucking blow this place up. They better let me in with my wife, and I'm going to do it. And so we get in there, and I'm just worried that, you know, I said, Jeff, let me deal with it. I'll handle everything.
Yeah.
I said, I'll talk to him because I knew that he'd just fly off the handle because that's what my dad would probably do. Although my dad would never threaten to blow up the fucking airport. So I go in there, I said, hey, can we take the ashes on the plane? The lady says, yeah, you got to check with security, and if they can x-ray it and they can open it, then it's all fine. I said, okay. So I tell him, and he's going, okay. And I'm so worried that he'd go, you know, when she goes check with security, I thought he was going to flip out and go, no, fuck that, I'll blow this whole place up, you let me go now. But he didn't, and he was calm, and we got through security, and then when we flew into... Yeah, then when we were getting ready to get on a plane was when they separated him and me, and I was like, oh shit, I hope he doesn't flip out again and go, I'll fucking blow this place up, you let me on the plane. So, anyway, but I like flights, and I'm like you said, a white guy who never gets nondescript white guy.
You know, in coach, and you're sitting like it's a two-seater.
That's right.
A love seat at home.
Out, I'm like, this is first class for me. The metal in my tooth. Sets off the metal detector.
I thought it was weird though. Once I got on the plane and we were flying, I'm tall enough to where if I sit up, I can see over the seat.
You got a hole cut at the top of the plane. You're just looking out like that.
I'm like Grape Ape.
Like the Expendables. Like you're like flying like that.
I'm like Grape Ape. Little steering wheel between my legs as I'm steering. No, so I'm sitting up, so I'm looking over all the seats, and I notice all the bald heads. And I just, you know, I guess it's just a weird thing. I'm lucky enough to have long, luxurious, black, thick hair.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the other day, I like that I have a good head of hair, and my dad looks young for his age, and I look young for my age, And the other day I was re-signing my lease, and I tell the girl, oh, it's going to be my 40th birthday in August. And, I said, I'm thinking of going bowling. And she goes, what are you, white trash? No. She goes, go to Dave & Buster's, blah, blah, blah. And I go, I'm going to be 40. She goes, no way. I go, yeah, I'm going to be 40. I go, I don't look it. She goes, no, I didn't. I don't know how old I thought you were.
She's seen the action figures in your apartment. She thought you were fucking
12. No, and that's fucking John McClane up there. That's a badass actor. No.
It's still a doll.
An action figure, a movie replica memorabilia type. So you call it what you want. Okay.
So anyway, I'm looking over all these seats, and I'm looking at the varying degrees of baldness that these guys have, and I actually felt bad for them. I mean, it's got to suck to be going bald unless you have a good shaped head, and you're just fuck it, I'm going to shave it.
One of our fans. I go and talk to one of our fans first. Joe, this does not mean you. Okay. He wears a hat. I wouldn't know anyway, but go ahead.
Joe, have you been wearing a hat since you were 26?
Yeah.
I'm going to get your bald then.
How dare you? He's a fan of ours. Thank you, Joe, for supporting our show.
Next time I see you, Joe, I want to have you pick the hairs out of those little the breather holes.
Run the ponytail.
At the top of your head.
Run the ponytail to the back of your head.
Yeah. I think that'd be awesome. And we'll get a picture of it and we'll post it on our Facebook.
There we go.
For the show. But I'm looking at all these varying degrees of bald guys, and like I said, I'm compassionate for them. I feel bad for them. That's got to suck unless you have a good shaped head. Hence John McCain, or I mean not John McCain. The figure you have up here.
John McClane.
John McClane.
Fucking Bruce Willis. Yes.
Bruce Willis. Good shaped head.
Vin Diesel.
Bald guy.
Vin Diesel. Bald,
good shaped head. Yeah. But I'm thinking about the first caveman because I mean, you didn't. Bald men just didn't appear. It had to have developed, and somebody had to have procreated with that one bald fucking caveman, full of hair everywhere else except the top of his head.
I wonder if he was like the idiot of the bunch that they all grabbed in a headlock and gave him a noogie on the top of his head and said, "You little rascal!" And then pretty soon all his hair just fell away. And he was bald, and then he had kids, and they did the same thing, and then it was just hereditary.
That's what it is. Yeah, see, you ruined my story.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I didn't know you really did research. Mine was.
I did research. I found the first one.
Cro-Magnon man.
No, but I thought that was weird. Imagine the first caveman. He's probably full of hair. Looks like a Middle Eastern man, except he's bald on top. And he had to
cast out
either
of the clan for looking different.
Yeah, he had to either rape or hit in the head a cave woman to bang him. Because I assume he was like you said, like an outcast.
Yeah.
Like some oddity. They'd look at him and laugh.
But then I wonder if back then, if like now you have the girls that are like, well, you have the guys like that movie. I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. That's like, I'm gonna fuck that midget and I'll have a great story, and I'm gonna fuck this deaf girl and I'll have a great story. I wonder if there's girls out there that are like, I'm gonna fuck that bald guy and I'll have a great story, and she was the one cave woman that went off.
Maybe, but I'm guessing it was more primal back then.
Bald,
she's like, I want to bang the guy with the broadest shoulders and biggest balls.
Maybe. What if this guy had broad shoulders, big balls?
That is true. Head? Yeah, maybe the first bald guy was like the athletic-looking, big bald caveman guy.
He was the
and they're like, oh my god, he's so hot, except for his head. But I'm gonna fuck him anyway.
Yeah, she just held her hand up, covering his head.
But I started thinking of all those other mutant genes that people had. Blue eyes and blonde hair weren't something that were probably common. I would assume brown hair, it would match with the more of the greenery, you know what I mean?
Right.
So blonde and blue eyes, or just blue eyes, was probably a mutant.
Yeah, it's almost like an albino today that, you would think like that.
But somebody banged that mutant. Somebody fucking banged those mutant fucking cave women and men.
I never thought of myself as an X-Man, but thank you.
Your mutant talent, your mutant talent is your blue eyes.
They're green, but thanks.
Let me look into your eyes. I'm free.
Speaking of that, though, what was funny was one day, my girlfriend goes, "Are your dad's eyes green?" And I go, "No, I don't know what color my dad's eyes are." And she goes, "How do you not know what color your dad's eyes are?" And I go, I don't know. I don't. I'm a dude. I don't look at stuff like that. Talking to my dad goes, "Yeah, I don't know."
But does your dad have gray pubes?
Wait, he goes, Yeah, no. I don't know. That's gross. Oh, God, no, I know.
Yeah, it was stuck in your teeth right there.
It was dark up that towel when he stepped over my face, but...
When he what?
When he stepped over my face when I was laying on the
Have
floor.
you told that story?
I did. If not, I'll tell it in a second. My point is this. So my dad goes, I think you have green eyes? And I go, yeah. And he goes, okay. And I go, but I don't know what color yours are. He goes, blue. I'm talking to you. I go, do you know what color my dad's eyes are? You go, I think they're blue. I go, what the fuck? You know my dad's color eyes? I don't know my dad's eyes. So, anyway, he's getting out of the bed one time. We were staying together. We were living together.
The story will be called My Dad Teabagged Me.
That's right. No, he didn't get that close. He's 6'4" and
well, wait a minute. But he's in his 50s, close to his 60s, right? Those balls hang lower.
They don't hang to his fucking ankles as he steps over my face.
They rub across from one cheek to the other.
Slowly left a sweat trail on my cheek. No, so he gets out of bed, and he had just got out of the shower or whatever and was sitting in the bed, and then I got home, and I laid on the floor, and I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden he decides to get up and go to the bathroom to go put on his underwear, and when he does, though, he steps over me, and I'm like, oh, and I close my eyes. I go, Dad, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I was going to the fucking bathroom. I go, but you're just wearing a towel, and you're stepping over my face to fucking, So, yeah, that was pretty horrible. Sergio always tells the story of the slow-motion hair drifted down slowly like the feather in Forrest Gump and landed on my lips.
See, I'm thinking more in terms of his giant balls swinging as he jumps off the bed and
knocking me onto my stomach.
Whack you in the cheek, and they slide across your head as he steps over you, and that one gray pube gets caught in one of your teeth in the between and like yanks his balls.
That is what happened, but I didn't want to say so.
Let me get that out of there.
Oh, disgusting. But yeah.
So back to Florida.
Speaking of cavemen.
So get off the plane. We get to Florida. The moment we step out of the fucking airport, it is so hot. My balls stuck to the side of my leg.
Wow.
My asshole puckers because of all the sweat dripping down the center of my back. That sucks. The funniest thing, I've never had this happen to me before. I never grew up in that atmosphere.
Man raping you?
Yes. Gator
No,
sex.
I had that happen, just not in a humid climate.
So we get out of the car. We drive from the airport to the hotel, and it's literally maybe 3 blocks from the airport. And we have the air on because it's hot. We're from Arizona, so we get to the airport. We get to the hotel, and as soon as I get out of the car, my sunglasses steam over.
Oh,
it's just the weirdest fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
To get out, and I'm like, whoa, I can't see what the hell happened.
I had that happen to me at a club once. Believe it or not, I went to a club once.
Gay club?
We were outside, and it was kind of cold. And then you step into a club where they're dancing, and there's no windows, and the doors are closed, and so it's really humid in there. And I step in, and I had glasses. It was before my LASIK surgery. And I step in, and right away, they just fog up. And I'm like, and I can't see. And my friend walked away, and I'm like, and I got to pull him off to clean him, but I still can't see where I'm going, and there's people behind me, and I'm trying to clean them quick. And
you poor blind man, you.
I was wearing my blue velvet suit for that time.
Oh my God! Really?
It was awesome.
You were blind with the blue velvet suit.
I had blue velvet bell bottoms. I had a blue velvet jacket and whatever shirt. And then I did my hair. I teased my hair. I had my friend tease my hair really big, and she was like, "We're gonna go club kidded out."
You were trying not to get laid, right?
I didn't
really
know.
Bad?
Here's the thing. I didn't know what club kid meant, and she was like, "We're gonna go get club kidded out." I said, "Okay, whatever."
See, now my club kidded out would mean to me taking X and rubbing on everybody. Is that not?
Well, hers meant like for the dress, for how we're going to dress.
No.
So she dressed a certain way. I go, can I wear my blue velvet suit? Like at the time, I would wear a bowler and a blue velvet suit. And I'd wear my grandpa's old robe, and I'd wear that like out bowling. And I'd wear my Doc Martens and my bondage pants and my Misfits T-shirt, and it was all weird stuff. So I said, so I'm going to go. I said, oh, I know. Why don't you tease my hair up like Mel Gibson? Like if I I said, if I bend over and you comb all my hair, I had a lot of hair, if you comb all my hair forward, then I throw it back, you hairspray it, and I throw it back, it'll be this big giant thing, and it'll look funny. So she does that, I look funny, I'm thinking she's going to kind of look funny and silly, but no, she fucking spit curls all her little hair, and so she's got all these nice braids, and I look like a fucking monster. Everybody's looking at her like, hey, you look nice, and she's telling me, oh, you look nice, and I go, no, you're just fucking saying that. I look like a fucking idiot. And then we had to go to Five and Diner later, and afterwards, though, we were older this time a little bit, so we were a little bit on the cusp of, a little bit on the cusp of, like, going to this club. Like, I shouldn't have went. Like, you know. But she's younger than me. I went with her, and she was at that point too. Like, so we're sitting there at the Five and Diner. We're eating. We're looking at each other across the way, going, "What the fuck are we doing?" Here we are. Everybody's staring at us, and in a way, you're going, "Fuck you. I can dress how I want." But in a way, you're going, "I'm a fucking idiot. I'm wearing blue velvet. I'm fucking Arizona, and I'm not in the 70s."
We will deem ourselves the unfuckables.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, it was horrible.
Okay, so back to Florida. So we get to our hotel. Thank goodness they put us up in a nice hotel room. The coolest thing about Florida for me was going to NASA. I mean, it's just cool because it's just flat, level ground everywhere, and you have to go through this gate, and you're still 2 miles away from the big major buildings. And then you see the buildings a good mile and a half out before you see anything else. You just see this towering, giant building with a huge NASA globe and NASA under that sitting there, and it's amazing to see that, man.
I saw the picture though, and it looked like the size of your head, so it's not that big. I mean, it's kind of silly.
My cock next to it.
Oh wow! So it's either this building is really small.
I got a picture that I didn't show anybody where I'm teabagging NASA.
It's either the building is really small or my dick is really big.
Yeah. But so you get there and you can see it from a mile off. So I'm excited. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. You know, once in a lifetime thing. Get to go to Cape Canaveral, NASA, blah blah.
Yeah.
So we pull up and we're there. And it's unfortunately when it comes to media, we're in situations where we're dealing with the government. We tend to be cordoned off to a certain area. We're not allowed to go. So I mean, once you see it and once you're there and you're like, wow, there's a countdown. There's the launch pad, still a mile, I think a mile and a quarter away from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's still pretty far.
Yeah.
And we're closer than anybody's, any public.
Yeah.
And then the other giant NASA buildings there, after initial awe is worn off, it's still cool, but it's not as cool,
Your balls were still sticking to your legs.
My balls are still sticking to my leg. I'm sweaty, and it just wasn't great. My hair was a mess. I sound like a woman there, but my hair was a mess. The one cool thing is that because they were doing what's called a tweet off, where they invited just random people from Twitter to go there and view the launch from where the media was. One of the people there was LeVar Burton from Star Trek.
Cool.
Got to meet him. Really cool. Yeah. The other one was Seth Green, which I thought was really cool. He's a fucking tiny, tiny little man, but he's super cool and really nice.
That's cool. So. Did you mention Robot Chicken or Family Guy or?
Well, what's funny is
Powers?
I saw him, and unfortunately, in most situations, I'm working. I see these celebrities, but I'm working, so I don't have. But he's somebody that I would always thought of. Hey, if I ever saw him, I'd like to meet him.
Yeah.
Actually meet him. So I usually don't do this. I usually just acknowledge the celebrities. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
This time I actually walked over. I got my camera and I gave it to my buddy, and I said, "Here, take this picture." I've never done that before because I don't do that with celebrities, even when I do see them. So I walk over there and I was like, dude, I just wanted to say I'm a big fan. I put out my hand. I shook his hand. Do you mind if I take a picture? He was like, yeah, no problem, man. And, it's funny when I put my arm around him, I didn't want to squeeze him. I don't know if it was because I thought I was going to break him or it was just, I don't know if it was celebrity status. I don't know what went through my mind, but I had like the tips of my fingers on his shoulder when he's sitting there.
Well, that's more manly. I think I told you about when I took a picture with Jim Belushi, and I thought
you were on your knees
and
he was.
Yeah, I was like, his dick's in my mouth. Now, am I afraid I'm going to crush him or suck him? No, he put his arm up on my shoulder, like
Yeah.
You know, like a buddy. And I put my arm around his fucking, to feel his fucking muffin top on the side of his fucking, so I got my hand on his hip, like right there on his fat, and I'm doing the picture, but as I'm doing it, I'm going, this is like his stomach, like I can feel the side of his stomach, and maybe I should
Were you
be up
nervous?
on his shoulder. I was nervous. I gave the guy my phone, the manager of the band. I said, here's my phone.
Yeah.
Can you take, because already I had a fucking problem.
Yeah.
I said, the manager came out to see if I could watch his bags. And I said, yeah, I'll watch the bags. They were in like a green room, like he was eating, Jim Belushi was eating with the band,
Yeah.
and then the band left and Jim Belushi was still there. And I said, look, I'm a big fan. I said, I want to meet him. And he goes, and the guy goes, no, he had already given me a tip, the manager.
Yeah.
He goes, we know you're a big fan because when Jim walked up, you mentioned Sahara, a TV movie that I think only Joe and I had seen. He goes, you mentioned Sahara. Nobody mentioned Sahara. He said, I know you're a big fan. I said, well, thank you. He goes, I go, but if not, that's cool. He goes, usually we don't do pictures with security because we had a problem in Vegas one time where security went and signed all the names of their family and all these people for a meet and greet onto the list of regular meet and greet people.
Yeah.
So he goes, so we're there at 11:30, 12 at night, and Jim's going, why is this taking so long? All of a sudden we find out that it's this fucking security guard's wife and his kids, and they're all there. And he said, but you, I know you're cool, I know you're a fan. He goes, no problem. He goes, let me see. He's eating right now, I'll check on it. Checks on him, comes back out, he goes, Jim says that's fine. He goes, if you could watch my luggage right here, he goes, we'll be out, we'll do that. He goes, you got a camera on you? I said, yeah, I got my BlackBerry. He goes, okay, cool. They came out. As they walk out, I'm like, hey, you know, I also like, I go, you were good in Thief, and I go, in Salvador, and he's like, and he goes, oh yeah, Thief. He goes, that was a good one. I go, yeah. I go, James Caan says that was his favorite movie that he's ever done next to Godfather. It's his favorite movie. And he goes, yeah. He goes, Jimmy should have won an award for that. And I was like, yeah, definitely. I go, he's fucking awesome.
Did you say, yeah, you're right, Jimmy should have? Join in the Jimmy, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah, Jimmy Caan. Yeah, you know him. I'm like, Jay Caan. I call him Jay Caan. And I go, no. I go, he did really good. And he goes, yeah. And then the manager goes, you know, he said, you know, so-and-so was in a movie the other day. He said he's Nicole Kidman's father. He said, I saw him in Far and Away. And Jim Belushi goes, I've never seen Far and Away. And I go, me neither. And he goes, yeah, he's Nicole Kidman's father, the manager says. And I go, that old man, the bad guy from Thief, is Nicole Kidman's father? And I'm fucking an idiot because the manager goes, no, he plays her father in the movie. And I go, oh. And Jim's like, yeah, Jim, because he's my buddy now, Jim Belushi. He's like, yeah.
J-Dog.
So then, so the guy gets the camera, I get it turned on for him and ready. And then I put my arm around Jim Belushi on his fucking muffin top. Yeah. So, and I got the picture, and it's cool. Yeah. So
I know it's an odd thing, man. Because like I said, I've interviewed Paris Hilton, Tom Arnold, Cooper Gooding Jr. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. These guys, Cooper Gooding Jr. fucking Oscar winner. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Paris Hilton's a fucking tard, but she's a big celebrity. But I didn't get nervous around him for whatever reason. Seth Green, I got a little nervous. So after I'm barely touching his shoulder to take the picture, I mean, literally just my fingertips were on his left shoulder. I didn't want to squeeze him. You know, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
We take the picture, and I turn around and I'm like, hey, it was nice meeting you, man. And I go to shake his hand, and other people had already got in there and been like, hey, can we take a picture of you? You know, how's it going? So I had my hand out, and I'm just like, oh, okay, and I clapped my hands and I walked away. It was one of those awkward moments, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I was really excited to be able to meet him, and that was cool for me.
And that's what I really liked with my situation was because after there was a meet and greet with everybody else, and I just watched the door. And that was cool because this is the first celebrity I'd ever been close to.
Yeah.
Except for, of course, I mentioned years ago, if you're from Arizona, you know a guy named Stu Tracy. He used to do the news.
Stu Tracy. Nope, never heard of him. What channel was he on?
He's on Channel 5. And Stu Tracy, one time I saw him at the mall. And I told him, and I used to watch the news with my grandma, so I'm probably the only fucking 8-year-old that ran up to him and said, Stu Tracy, can I have your autograph with my Toys R Us fucking bag to have him sign?
Did you have that bag, Philip?
Sure. No, I don't. I threw it away. And So this was cool because I was watching the door to only let the people with the red badges in. This guy with the blue badge shows up, and he's like, hey, man, what's going on? I just want to look in there. I go, look. I'm sorry to be elitist, but they have red badges. You have a blue badge. You're not allowed in there. And everybody's taking pictures. Really cool. Then he goes out and performs, and I'm able to stand, like stage right, and just fucking watch him perform, like, really close.
Yeah.
And so it was cool. Then afterwards, everybody else was gone down out of that hallway except for me and Jim Belushi and that manager. So it was cool because there was nobody else like, hey, I want a picture.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
You had to have an intimate moment with Jim Belushi.
And I got to talk movies with Jim Belushi.
Cool.
So
that's cool. That is cool. You know what I did notice though is that I remember I had to go to an event and I was shooting the event and any celebrities were there. Paris Hilton was there, and Jenny McCarthy was there, and to this day, I had thought that Jenny McCarthy just gave me an odd look. And I remember swinging my camera over and zooming in on her.
Mm-hmm.
And as she's in this sea of people, she looks over at me and looks at the camera. The same type of look that little brunette gave in Walk Like an Egyptian.
Yeah.
Remember when she looks over at that camera?
Oh my God. I don't know if anybody knows it. I'm thinking only guys. That fucking look, when she looks one way and looks the other, is so fucking hot.
Swing.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
But Jenny McCarthy gave that same look to my camera. She just, I say my camera, but to me, you know what I mean? She looks over at it, and then she kind of gives that little grin, and she looks back at the stage of the DJ and everything. And so I had thought to this day, until I met Seth Green, that she noticed the camera, and she just thought it was funny that I was filming her or whatever. But I noticed that it must be a celebrity thing that they always know where the camera is. Because after meeting Seth Green, we also had to shoot them in this big tweet-off event.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting shots of everybody, and my reporter's like, hey, make sure you get a shot of Seth Green, because he was one of the random people that was picked off Twitter to come.
Oh.
Not because he was a celebrity, just random,
okay.
Just because he was picked.
Right.
So anyway, so I'm going around this room, and I'm getting my different angles of this couple that we're focusing on, but also Seth Green. So I'm shooting. And it's funny, when I snapped into Seth Green, he gave me that same look that Jenny McCarthy did. He's listening to the event, but he's also talking to his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting there talking, and he's looking over, and he does that same look, that same look that the girl gave for Walk of the Egyptian at the camera, and then looks away. And I realized, you know what, she wasn't looking. She was just a celebrity noticing that there was a camera there.
Yeah,
it's what they do. It's what they know.
And it's almost like when they walk out on the red carpet and they turn this way and they look at it, and then they turn to the other group and they do that, and they turn to the other group and they do that.
Yeah. The other guy that was there, and apparently he must be Seth Green's friend or possibly business partner, but I forget his last name, but his first name's Abraham. But he was the big giant bully from the show Parker Lewis.
Yeah.
Parker Lewis?
Yeah.
He was also in ER. He was a doctor. A big nurse.
Yeah. He was in Open Range. Joe and I love that movie.
Yeah. He was there with Seth Green, it seemed like, to me, being his handler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was always like, hey, Seth Green's over here. We got to go over here, dude. But they were buddies.
Yeah.
And it's odd to see them together because he towered over me. He was like 6'4", 6'5",
huge,
and Seth Green's like, 5.
He was
almost a head shorter than me.
Yeah.
So he came to my shoulder.
So
I'm guessing about
5'6".
5'6".
Oh.
Yeah.
Sergio's actually 3 foot.
But yeah, so he was there. So I acknowledged him. I mean, I just saw him and I was like, hey, and he just kind of waved for me. Hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? Because I'm probably the only one that fucking recognized him or even heard of Parker Lewis.
Well, I think that's what would have been cool. Like with me, I remember sitting there before. Like if you would have mentioned Parker Lewis, he would have been, oh, you know Parker Lewis, But with me, with Jim Belushi, I was like, okay, do I mention Trading Places because that was the first movie he was in? He dressed in a gorilla suit.
Yeah.
Or do I mention this movie Sahara that's from TV? And I'm like, I'm going to mention that because if I mention Red Heat, he's gotten Red Heat a lot. If I mention According to Jim, he gets that a lot,
Yeah.
So I go, I'm going to mention fucking a movie that's obscure that he'll go, oh, shit, and he'll remember me.
You planned out your random interaction with
I did. Well, because while I was planning that, he's walking up and down the hallway listening to his iPod, getting psyched up for the show.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching him, and I'm going, oh, shit, okay, he's coming this way any minute, and I'm going to shake his hand because now I'm meeting him for the first time. And when he comes by, I want to shake his hand, but I don't know how to do it. I've never met a celebrity. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I stand there.
Did you curtsy?
So
you were thinking, do I got to curtsy?
I did.
Do I got to bow?
Was that wrong? I rolled out a red carpet for him. So as he gets close and he's walking in front of me, I said, big fan. And he goes, thanks. And he stops and he realizes like he was going to pass me by. So when I said big fan, he kind of stops and turns back and shakes my hand.
That's cool.
And I realized that my hand was fucking sweaty as hell. And I'm like, thanks. Probably sweaty when I grabbed his hip later and all that stuff. So
he's like, I got the security guard's juices all over my hip now.
Well, and that was the thing, like you said, I didn't know the protocol. Like I'm security.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why my bosses go, we don't know because it's a big event tonight, and we don't know if we want to tell you who it is.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, why not? I can work it. And they go, no, we don't know.
Yeah.
And then as I'm walking around the night before, I was walking around, and on the monitors it said Jim Belushi and the Sacred Hearts. And I said, oh my God, he's gonna play like fucking blues music. I go, that's awesome. I love Blues Brothers. I love blues. So then Keith goes, okay, you can work for us. You can do it. And they put me right there by his green room, like where he was getting ready. And then I made sure they got through the hall okay. I got to watch them. Then I got to be there.
Yeah, it's one of those things. For my job, you can't. You're not supposed to ask for their autographs. You're not supposed to bug them and stuff. A lot of guys, they'll bring cameras so that they can snap off a photo with them or something.
Yeah.
I've never cared enough to do that. Like I said, I have met people that I've wanted to meet.
Mm-hmm.
But I've talked to them enough, and I shook their hands, and said, hey, how's it going, Like I said, Cooper Jr., a lot of sports
You don't
guys.
have your reporter, like, you leave the camera on, your reporter just watch it while you walk behind the guy and then, like, stop for a second and go, woo!
There's a picture on my Facebook, and it's one of those moments where I set my camera up, and I walked over there, and it was only because it was a row of stormtroopers with their guns, and you're allowed to go over there with your gun. So I actually put my camera on, and I have the actual video clip of my camera.
Yeah.
I put the camera on, I pressed record, I got in line behind these little kids. They went up there and took a picture with them, and then it was my turn. And all I did was I walked up there and said, hey guys, how's it going, man? And I grabbed the gun, and I stood there, and I made my pose. And then I gave him that, and I was like, hey, thanks, man. I walked back, turned my camera off.
That's awesome.
My reporter's like, you're a geek. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm a geek. Fuck you.
It's fucking Star Wars, dude.
Oh, so anyway, so the guy that was hanging out with Seth Green was Abraham Ben Ruby.
That's that guy's name?
Abraham Ben Ruby, yeah. Abraham Ben Ruby. You don't like that?
Wow.
It sounds very distinguished, doesn't it?
It does, but it's odd.
He's a large man for such a.
Sounds like
well,
yeah.
Tommy
it seems like,
name,
well,
I guess.
also he's so American looking that you would his name would be Tom Hardy or something,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Tom Hardy is a British guy who has an American name. It's fucking weird.
But he's one of the things when I looked him up on IMDb, I found was kind of cool. Is apparently he's good enough friends with Seth Green that he's also does voices. He does voices in Robot Chicken.
The big guy that I just noticed.
You just noticed what?
I just noticed your shirt says Fat Boy on it. Fits you so perfect.
Yeah.
I want to wear one that says Skinny Guy. I have a green shirt for you. It's got Peter on it. It says everybody loves a big guy.
Just in case you guys didn't know, it's a shirt. It's got a Buddha guy on it. It says Fat Boy on it.
Fat Boy Casino Pago.
Pago.
Fortunes made here.
So anyways, back to the Florida. So, after doing all that, meeting Seth Green, which was, I gotta say, unfortunately, the highlight of the trip because they ended up canceling it. It's a lot of work. It's me running around, literally working 13 to 16 hours, sometimes longer a day. A lot of downtime. You're sitting there and you're just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. Which was a great trip. I had a great time. The guys that were with me is a lot funner than it. What?
I was amazed that you guys didn't get to stay. My thing was, I think this is my conspiracy theory. I think that they canceled the launch because of the wedding, because of there was a royal wedding. I don't know if you heard.
Oh no, I never heard. Who's getting married?
I watched it live too.
I could give a shit that they're getting married.
It was pretty interesting. I could too, but it was an interesting.
What was interesting about it?
Because I saw the wedding years ago. And it was interesting to watch this one. It was
I have such a problem with
they did
these
royals.
These royals making such a big deal over this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
People thinking, for one thing, they called the woman Kate a commoner, which I think is fucking insulting. It's almost like calling you a peon.
Yeah.
Which the only reason you're calling me a fucking commoner is because someone in your past, in your family lineage, at one time made more money than the other fucking commoners.
Yeah.
And could then buy basically people and land.
Yeah.
And now you're fucking royalty.
Well, that
go fuck yourself.
That and the fact that I guess through the whole island, it's a holiday. The day that they get married, everybody gets off work.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's paid, whatever, but everybody just, I was thinking of it for a good movie. Like, it'd be cool to, there was...
Do a heist?
There was a whole bunch of security. They spent, however much millions of dollars on security. But I thought, wouldn't that be interesting if you just, saw somebody come in and kidnap either Kate or
I was thinking in terms of more of, you get 5 different crews to hit the 5 most wealthiest banks on that day.
Ah, yes. See, that's a good way. See, that's why you and I are...
And you have to, and maybe a couple of the crews are bad crews, you know what I mean? Like guys you can't trust, but you guys are all trying to get as much money as you can at that day when everybody's off.
Yeah, because, see, I was thinking of attacking
Tom Hardy could be one of the guys because he's awesome.
Exactly. I was thinking of taking royalty, but yours is better because all the cops are
because once they see your face, you got to kill them.
And, but I had also heard that they said they gave Kate, they were going to give, a block and a half for if she ran away from the wedding. They gave her a block and a half to let William chase her. If by then he didn't get her, then William was supposed to stop.
Wait a minute, what?
Okay, if she ran away, I think it was on IO9 or whatever website.
This is documented, this is what they say.
This is a thing that came down that they all had papers that said, okay, if Kate runs, let William chase her for a block and a half. If he doesn't catch her in a block and a half, then we'll go get her.
That's awesome. That's the best story of the royal wedding that I've heard.
Yeah. So and then I heard today on Sir started today the Smodcast radio, internet radio, and Jay and Silent Bob get jobs.
One thing I got to say, because we are huge fans of Kevin Smith and because he inspired us to do this, congratulations. That's freaking awesome that he's got his own radio station.
Very much, and it was really cool because it's right there in his house, and it's just awesome. But what was cool today was Jay told on the news that somebody offered Kate's sister, Vivid offered Kate's sister $5 million to be in a porno or some kind of just a little scene of her naked, because I guess everybody's up in arms about her ass, if she has a nice ass.
I don't know, but Kate's actually cute, man. I thought she was pretty hot.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I wasn't actually surprised that she married fucking royalty because he's a hideous fucking troll, but he's a prince and wealthy.
He's better than his brother. His brother's the redheaded weirdo.
So if you had to blow either one,
you
would blow William.
I don't know, because then you got William's bald. And the other guy has hair. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Men you blow have to have a full head of hair.
I'm thinking
my black locks.
I'm thinking if I blew a guy, would he be bald or not bald? I'm thinking, would I find that attractive? But like we said before, it's a non-question because I don't find that attractive. But if, then I'd blow a guy with hair. No.
We're gonna loop that. He'd blow a guy with hair. He'd blow a guy with hair. Exactly. I have lots of hair, by the way. So back to the Florida trip. So, like I said, we do the Florida trip. We have a good time. We do everything. It was very hard, very, very tiring, but a great experience overall. Really fucking bummed out that they canceled they canceled the launch 2 hours. I mean, we're waiting, and I'm getting pretty excited now, man. We're on the CBS. The national stations have their own building, so we're on top of the CBS building, and we're having a good time just waiting, kind of getting everything set up, our camera set up. I'm zooming in on the launch pad, waiting.
And they're already trucked out there, right?
No. What happened was my other photographer that was with us, he gets the other camera, and him and my reporter say, we're going to go get shots of them doing
Armageddon shots.
Yeah,
walking in slow
slow-mo from a low angle.
Yeah,
No, he's going to get shots of them. What they do is they get into this old RV, basically, and they drive that RV to the launch pad.
They have to drive it? They're like, I'm fucking driving the shuttle. Now I got to drive this fucking crappy RV.
They have such strange...
And we're in 2011, and you got to give me a 1974 RV to drive?
They have such strange traditions that they do, man.
Yeah.
One of them is that they have to, I believe it's eat hot dogs for lunch. I'm not sure. I think it's chili dogs. I think it might be chili dogs for lunch.
Maybe that's because of when you poop in the suit, it's easier.
No, the captain of the shuttle has to lose a hand to the crew in cards before they can even get into the RV to go to the launch pad.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's tons of all kinds of superstitious things that they have to do.
And was the captain, what's her name's husband?
Yeah, Mark Kelly.
Was the captain?
Yeah. So anyway, so they get into the RV. The other part of my crew goes down there to get shots of that, and they're getting shots of the RV passing them. You know what I mean? And everybody's oohing and ahhing. Oh, there they go. Well, they cut left, and then all of a sudden they cut left again, and come back on this road, and then go back the opposite way and turn in. And my reporter's like, oh, there you go. They just canceled it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he comes back up to the roof. By the time he got to the roof, he was like, yep, I just got word, dude. They canceled it.
Wow.
2 hours before. I was bummed, dude. I was bummed.
Man.
You could see the big countdown clock there,
Yeah.
The shots you've seen a million times, the countdown clock in the foreground, launch pad in the background, and they canceled. I was bummed. We wrap everything up. We end up sitting there and doing our other stories that we had to do. We get back on the plane, and it was a weird thing. I had a deja vu.
More bald people, yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't happened all the time.
But does anybody have a photo of their deja vu?
No.
I do.
Really?
I have a photo of that moment when I was like, holy shit. I was on the plane, and actually it does have to do with shit. I was on the plane, and the moment my deja vu started was when I was like, oh, damn, I got to take a dump, thinking this. I'm on the window. I'm in the window seat, so I have two people in between me. One guy was a big fucking shouldered Indian. So a big shouldered Mexican, a big shouldered Indian. It just sucks sitting next to each other for fucking a 4-hour flight. So the moment I thought, okay, I gotta take a dump. Do I need to? Oh, fuck it, I'll just wait. That was the moment I was like, I've had this deja vu. The stewardess walks by, and I pick my camera up, and I'm like, oh, because it was just the oddest thing.
Yeah.
In my deja vu, though, I could have swore that I actually got up and I did go into the restroom. Or at the very least, I thought of going into the restroom in my deja vu. I'm kind of confused here, but that moment I had relived.
Wow, yeah.
And it was odd just to think of that, and I took a picture. I was like, oh, there you go. I have a picture of my deja vu.
Good thinking.
But yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know what deja vus are. I mean, they're just this weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, some people say it's residual memory from what you've already done, but there's things that you've never done before. Like I can understand deja vu if you're doing your job.
Think about it this way. I haven't been on a plane in roughly about 7 years since we went to the Bahamas, Florida before.
Yeah.
Although I was credentialed to go to the Florida trip to NASA, they didn't tell me until about a week and a half before that that I was going to go.
Yeah.
So I had the deja vu. I'm trying to remember when exactly, but I want to say it was at least a month or so longer ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was going to be on a plane then.
Yeah.
So that's just weird.
Those are always weird. The deja vus and the I don't know how to explain those, but it's the same thing with same odd unknown occurrences as like that Inception, like I've talked about before, the documentary on Inception about sleeping. And they got that guy that was saying he kept dreaming that he was looking down in this well, and there was a woman down there. No, he was stuck down there or something. Yeah, I think he was looking down there. There's somebody down there, and they were in trouble. And he kept having that same dream. And then one day he swoops down there. He swings down there with a rope and grabs the person and pulls them out.
Yeah.
And the person is his mother. And he talked to his mother later, and his mother said she had the exact same dream all the time, that she was stuck in a well and couldn't get out, and there was somebody looking at her from above. And it's like so fucking weird.
Where do you go from there? I know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my trip. I know it doesn't seem as eventful, but it was fun and we had a good time.
When I went to Florida, my trip, we hunted sharks, and we so mine was uneventful. No, we went out on the pier. I remember friend of mine, Dave.
You hunt sharks.
Well, okay, it was fishing for sharks.
They're kind of slow on land. So
yeah. That's why it was easy. And so a friend of mine, he goes, I want to go fishing for sharks. And I go, you can't fish for sharks. Like, they're huge. And, you just can't. And he goes, no. This was like, I don't know, 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
So 6 years ago, you had no idea that there was multiple different kinds of
I knew that there
sharks.
were. I didn't know that they
Different
hung out by
sizes.
the pier. I didn't know that they hung out by the pier. And I didn't know that you could fish with fucking ham and maybe catch them or something. And I'm going,
What'd you think sharks
I'm going, you're silly. Like, what would you? So I don't know what he fished with some kind of thing, and he caught and a couple people were catching these sharks and they were pulling them out. But I'm also feeling like it's a shark. Like, leave them alone. Like, catch a real fish. Like, you don't catch these sharks. So anyway, some people are catching
You're very compassionate to sharks. Sharks are the most evil
That's what's interesting.
murderers in the sea.
What's interesting is my friend who was fishing for the sharks knows like all about sharks, fears sharks. I didn't know he feared them. I thought like he knows enough about them to where if he was in the water and one attacked him, he knows to pop it on the nose, it'll close its eyes, whatever, and he can get away. Something.
I knew that.
All of a sudden, the next day though, after fishing the first night, the next day we go swimming. And me and my friend Chris, we're in the water and we're swimming around. We're sitting there neck high, sitting in the rocks, looking at shells and stuff on the bottom. And Dave's standing on the beach. And we're going, come on, Dave, come on in. He goes, no. We go, well, step in. He steps in like just to get the bottom of his feet wet. And I go, why aren't you coming in? He goes, because there's sharks in that water. And we go, yeah, but they're little sharks like you just did, and they're not going to hurt you and you can scare them away. And for two, like, you're in this much water, like it's 4 foot of water, and he's like, yeah, you could be attacked in a foot of water. Like, I'm not going in there, and I'm going, but you know all about sharks, but you fear them so much. It's like, it was just funny. And then later he kept fishing, he never caught any.
If you know somebody that knows that much about sharks and he's worried about them attacking, get the fuck out of the water and listen.
I shouldn't be frolicking in the water. Well, my friend and
wearing your black scuba suit.
I was squirting red dye all over. Woo!
Making noises. Oh.
That's right. No, my friend Chris and I, we were having a good time, so we were picking shells.
You were both in scuba gear, frolicking?
Yeah. Arr,
I was trying to think of what a seal sounded like. I couldn't remember. Yeah. Mine was like a dying one.
A dog that I hit with a car or something.
All right, moving on.
But movies.
What movies have you seen?
Well, here recently I've been watching Family Guy again. My girlfriend,
That's not a movie.
No, but it's something that I've been watching. My girlfriend is getting into Family Guy.
You had to throw in your girlfriend into every
podcast,
right?
I have to. And I'm watching them, and they're just, no matter how many times you watch them, you laugh out loud. Like, there's certain things that are just hilarious. I was watching the Stewie movie last night, and I was fucking cracking up because there's just a weird shit.
Family Guy is one of my favorite ones. You know what I have noticed over the last, I'd say this season, it's not as funny, dude. I'm leaning more towards American Dad, I gotta tell you. American Dad's been fucking hilarious this season.
I haven't watched it this season yet of Family Guy. Yeah, I can kind of see that. It was really risque when it, around in the middle of the shows and everything.
Yeah.
The other thing was I saw a movie called Takers. You saw Takers.
And that's my noise. So what does that tell you?
That tells me you loved it, and you're going, because you didn't write it. You're going, I didn't write it.
That's my Heston mode.
Is it that, or it should be the Animal mode? Oh yeah, because that's
two people you should look up.
Yeah, Animal and Charlton Heston, and Planet of the Apes and Planet of the Skanks, the Takers. I remember I saw the commercial back in the day, and I said, oh my God, this looks good. It's got this semi-all-star cast. It's really awesome, and I just wanted to see it. Then it came to video. And I, got a copy of it, was going to watch it. I never watched it for a while. And then finally, I got to sit down and watch it. And I watched it, and I thought it was decent, but I don't know, the way that they were promoting it, of course, I knew that the promotions were wrong, was, this is like your modern-day Heat, and, and all this. But I did like some things that were cool that they changed, that were in there that I thought was cool. Which, spoiler alert for anybody who wants to see the movie, fast forward through this for about a couple minutes.
It sucks. Save your 99 cents. You're going to fucking pay a Redbook.
Redbook? Yeah, if you're a girl and you're renting a movie in a magazine, then do that.
What's your spoiler?
No, my cool thing that I liked was when they blew the floor too soon.
That was
and
the
he
one
got
thing.
in the thing and pushed him in.
That was the one thing I did.
Yeah.
The heist was interesting.
I
gotta say.
Yeah.
They planned it well, and they did a good job at planning that heist, and that was a more interesting aspect.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of also the easier things to do in a heist movie.
Yeah.
You
well,
know,
sometimes
the harder thing in most heist movies is for you to build the characters up so that you give a shit about them.
Yeah.
The main character, I don't even remember his name in the movie. What was his name?
What actor was he?
Gordon.
Gordon.
Idris Elba, the black dude.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, the guy from
awesome.
he was
I
in
love
Rock and
him.
Rolla.
He's in Rock and Rolla.
Snatch.
I remember originally seeing him in The Wire. He was just a phenomenal actor. He's like the new go-to black man. He's good looking. He's buff. He's charismatic. He's everything I want in a black man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I mean the characters just suck, man. I didn't care about him. Plus every storyline in it was a cliche.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that gets out of jail and
He's
you don't know if you can trust
girl.
him.
Yeah, and then the other guy was with his girl.
You know, the cop that's a bad cop, but you don't know if he's a bad cop or if he's a good cop with family troubles.
Yeah.
You know, everything was a cliche, dude.
What I did like was because he was, as Kevin Smith called him, Mannequin Skywalker, was what's his face?
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. I liked his character just because
when
he went into that place,
he
kicked those guys' ass. That was like
Matt Dillon is a good actor.
Yeah.
I would say borderline great actor.
Yeah.
To make him a bad actor, it has to be because it's a shitty movie, not because he's a bad actor. And he was a shitty actor in this movie.
Well, and sometimes though, and I don't think he's at this point yet, but sometimes you get to the point where the actor knows what he does, and he's just running through the paces of being like Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
You can tell now when Owen Wilson talks that he's talking in this certain staccato because he knows that that's what makes his character famous.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of become caricatures of themselves.
And Robert De Niro, same thing with Robert De Niro. But, he's a good actor. Drugstore Cowboy. Anybody forget Takers, but rent Drugstore Cowboy. It's a great movie.
Yeah, so I thought it was a waste of fucking money, a waste of time, man.
Another thing, I don't know what other movie I watched, but the other day, I think it might be a guy thing. It might be a fucking metrosexual, whatever you call it. But I was watching, when Iron Man 2 came out back in the day, a year ago or a couple years ago, I remember I watched that and I was like, oh my god, he had this, Tony Stark had this cool little water thing that he was drinking his fluids in. And it was like blue and it was cool and it was made by Kor, I found out later, K-O-R. But I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I'm telling my girlfriend the other day, we're looking at shit on Amazon, things we want to buy. And I go, oh, there is something that I want. It's this water bottle from Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, let me look. And I had to type in Iron Man 2 water bottle and it came up. And so she goes, where was that in the movie? And I go, no, I go, Sean and I know about it. Like, we knew, oh, yeah, that scene. Like, when I brought it up to Sean, he's like, yeah. So I put it on, and I show it to her, and I swear it was longer. Like, there was a scene where he opens it up and pours it, and then there's another scene where he opens it and drinks it, and when I put it on, all I saw was him pouring it, and you barely saw it. And she goes, and you noticed that from watching this movie? And I go, well, I don't know. I said, I just remember it really stuck out with me. Certain things that are really cool.
And you don't know what color your father's eyes are.
No, I don't. But I know that from the water bottle and everything, too. That's right. I didn't know if you understood that, or if you're like, oh, that thing in that movie was cool, or I'm going to look up that vase, or I'm going to look up that.
I do that all the time. I see things in movies, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got to check that out. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of black men, going back to Elba, I had this weird observation that I just had to mention, just because it was kind of a stupid joke in my head that I giggled to myself. Mm-hmm. I'm driving home from work, and I'm on the access road next to the freeway, and I see two ADOT trucks parked one in front of each other. Mm-hmm. And they have the signs and the padding so that, if you hit them, they don't hurt the driver or the vehicle that's in front of them. But I just thought it was I thought it was a funny thing. I giggled to myself, like I said. One truck said restricted on the back. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
And it was flashing restricted. The truck behind it said stricted. And in my head as I'm driving, I'm like, that must be the black truck. And it was a stupid joke, cheesy, but it made me laugh to myself. As I'm driving,
you're like, well, I want to tell this to somebody. You're calling everybody, texting everybody, taking pictures.
It was just some odd little fucking thing.
No, that's funny.
No, but we have some news now. There's a couple stories that I wanted to mention to you because I thought were strange. Okay. One was this is the headline: Wanted, blemish-free, stacked Chinese virgin.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently in the geisha Hunan province, this company, wants to start selling tea of the purest possible quality. It's an ancient tradition, apparently, and apparently the leaves are to be picked entirely by the lips of C-cup minimum virgins and dropped into little straw cups that they wear around their necks.
Picked by the lips?
See, yeah, I have to hold on.
Or their mouth lips?
I had to read it first because I thought the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute, virgin lips?
Yeah.
Picked by the lips of C-cup minimum virgins and dropped into little straw cups that they wear around their necks. So if they wear it around their necks,
unless they can do a hip fucking thing and throw it up into the cup.
Do that hip thing you just did right now?
You'll have to videotape it later.
But yeah, so apparently, if they're picked by them, it's supposed to be the best tea ever. This company also experimented with
old,
tea leaves,
old fucking whores and young fucking children, and the only thing that
apparently
works
the old whore tea isn't a big seller.
Yeah,
the young virginal tea.
Whores, but the only thing that works is virgins with teacups.
The other thing is he made a tea from tea leaves that he placed on virgins' breasts overnight so that their pheromones could seep into the tea.
I'm drinking some of that tea now, and
the old whore tea?
My boobs are sore. I drank the old whore tea, and I got a sore throat, and I got syphilis. But anyway, speaking of that, though, that is weird. But did you hear about this breast milk ice cream?
Breast milk?
It was a couple weeks ago. I think I might have told. I don't know if I told this story, but one time I'm babysitting my friend's kid.
Oh, wait a minute! You made breast milk ice cream, or
no? There's a company somewhere that was selling in Britain, in England. They were selling breast milk ice cream. It was like £7. It was kind of pricey, but the guy made it with breast milk, with women's breast milk.
That was a joke, Philip.
And no, it was real.
Right over your head.
It was real, and they were scooping it out. It was the news. What? Oh, what? Oh, yeah. No.
You are blonde, aren't you?
No, I figured that.
Those 2 beers got you already, man?
I figured that. I was just telling you because I thought maybe you didn't hear of this story, so I was telling you the story of this guy in England who had an ice cream shop. And
again?
He said, yeah.
For the 3rd time?
Yeah. They have the breast milk. So he did this ice cream, and a couple people were like, I wouldn't eat that. Would you eat that?
For the 3rd time you told me a story. You know that, right?
I'm asking if you fucking would drink it or eat it.
No. Breast milk's disgusting.
Okay, that leads to my story. So, thank you for the story.
I love your wife's breast milk.
Yeah. Well, you were gone the other day. I was babysitting my friend's kid.
And you were sucking.
She was gone, and she did, where you do the pump and
pump out the breast milk.
And so one day I'm like, I got the baby. I'm getting ready to give the baby some milk. I'd heated it up. It was good. And then I go, I wonder. And so I took a little taste. And I go, okay, that's interesting, and went ahead and fed the baby. Then later I go, I was just curious, like, what breast milk tastes like. So I tasted it, and my friend's like, gross, like, that's my breast milk, like, that's gross. And I go, I was just curious, like, what it tastes like. And then that's when I heard, like, McDonald's, there was a rumor that McDonald's does their vanilla milkshake, so it tastes like breast milk, and that's why everybody loves vanilla milkshake.
Okay, first of all, I've had breast milk from the tap.
Yeah.
And
your mom
disgusting.
2 days ago.
It's disgusting. I don't know what it is. It doesn't taste bad. It's got a sweet taste to it. Okay?
Right.
But just the idea of it squirting out or oozing out into my mouth or into the back of my throat disgusts me to no end. And it's just nasty, man. I don't get the fetish of it. I don't get the fascination of it. I don't get some people are like, it tastes good.
The first dude I blowed, Blowed? First dude
I blowed on him.
first guy I sucked off, I had that same thing of white stuff going down my throat I didn't like. I have it's not really news, but it's some little tidbit that I found in my girlfriend. Tell you I have a girlfriend?
Okay.
In her magazine. It's The Dirt on Dudes. New research confirms
called
that
smegma.
That's right. No, that what we always suspected: guys are gross. Not only do their apartments contain 15 times more germs than a bachelorette's abode, 30% of their remote controls and 70% of their coffee tables are contaminated with fecal bacteria, according to a University of Arizona study. Before visiting your guy's place, pack an antibacterial sanitizer like Clean Antibacterial Moisturizing Cream. And my girlfriend goes, how do you fucking, is your coffee table full of bacteria? And I said, what I think it is guys.
First of all, do not ever buy your girlfriend a black light. Because this couch, this living room, that TV will make her gag.
No, the TV I keep clean.
Oh, sorry.
But everything else, yeah. But no,
I could only imagine when I get up, the back, from the back of my neck to my back of my ankles would glow, glow blue like fucking Tron.
Oh, Sergio's dressed like Tron. No, it just went to Phillips. I told her, I said, I think it's from like guys probably walk around their house either in their underwear or naked.
And rub their assholes on things?
No, they just fucking fart. Like I'll sit there and I've gotten better now. Like I used to.
Why do you fart on all your stuff?
No, not on it. Just farting in general, and maybe it floats down. My thing is that before I had a girlfriend, I was able to walk around this house and I could just fucking lift a leg and fart. I could just fart while walking. I could fart anywhere I wanted. You start doing it, so I kept doing it. My girlfriend, I still do it in front of her. Yeah, I'm funny. But no, you're fucking 12. Can grow up and don't fart so much in front of your girlfriend. So,
I find that strange, although because I was in a hotel room when I was in Florida, I kept thinking about that. And I kind of have to just tell myself, all right, just stop fucking thinking about it and just deal with it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Because the beds are disgusting, and I don't want to fucking even know what was happening in that bed, who was raped, who, what guy or girl was sodomized in that fucking bed at some time or another, and there's fecal blood, and right before me. Yeah. It's just disgusting. I don't want to know about that, and I can totally see that men would be that disgusting. I don't know why, but we're just dirty things. Yeah. I try to be as hygienic as I can. Yeah. But at times I'm dirty.
Well, well, that's why now I'm like, when I walk around, I fart, and I don't fart as much as I used to. I fart on my own now. I don't just
because I'm a romantic. I try to hold it in. Yeah. Believe it or not, my wife will probably disagree. Yeah. And if you do disagree, send an email to us and tell us why you disagree.
Please do.
But I do try to hold in my gas, my flatulence, as much as possible. Yeah. Not all the time. But
I used to blame it on the dog. I used to do all that. I was like, well, she had one. And I was like, I'm funny. And then, finally it got to where it wasn't funny and it was just gross. And I'm going, why do I keep farting? And I keep fucking making myself laugh.
The funny thing is, at times I can make Yvette fart. I'll make her laugh so hard that she'll laugh. Sorry.
You record that. I'll give you $20.
Make it 30. Okay. I'll put the microphone right by her asshole.
Laugh at that. She'll be like, $30. I just fart in the fucking microphone. You give me all the
That should be the barometer for how good our show is. How many times have we made Yvette fart while she laughs?
There you go. Write us an email on that. It's kind of a funny podcast at gmail.com.
The email would just be 1, 2, 3. That's a turd.
Yeah. Every time, right, is a different one. 17 today. Well, let me bring up that email. We'll end with this email from the same one, from Colleen. She says, I have a question for you guys. What movies are you looking forward to the most this summer? And what summer film do you think will be a disaster?
Ooh.
So that's something for you to think about.
I have to research that because I'm such a big movie geek that I'm now going to go back and look up my summer schedule.
Did she say this summer, or could I think the summer of 77 and say Star Wars? Oh, this summer.
I was 3, you old fuck.
Yeah, whatever. All right, I was 6.
I was still flinging my poo.
And farting on your coffee table.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our show for this week.
Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes.
Or send us an email at it'skindoffunnypodcast@gmail.com. Until next week, I'm Philip.
And I'm Sergio.
First guy I sucked off, I had that same thing of white stuff going down my throat I didn't like.